All right, Ultimate Hoops Nation. My name is Reid Nelson. I'm here with Jason Briggs. How are you today, sir?
I'm wonderful. Yourself?
A seating committee meeting ended at 12:20, but we did start a little early because we only had 3 sets of games tonight. Here it is. I think you can see it on the board. It's scrolling across the bottom now, so you can see where we're at. We ended at 21 teams. I believe that's where we ended last season as well. Do you think the new system is continuing to work?
I'm not sure it worked perfectly last season. With Big Smash actually being left. Not that they deserved it to be in, but they were one of those teams that probably deserved it just as much as the bottom teams. This year I think it worked perfectly because this is exactly the 21 teams I would have picked to make the playoffs.
So Broncos' big win tonight after kind of a tough loss last week. I did get a chance to speak with Adam Kidd, and here was that interview. All right, UH Nation, I'm here with Adam Kidd, 2 Ds.
If you forget the D's, then you're saying it wrong. Yes, we know.
Adam Wright, Adam Kidd. Is Adam Wright your real last name?
Yes, but a lot of people don't know that, so that's besides the point.
Okay, so I'll edit that out. Okay, so big win tonight. Okay, does this make up for your bad loss last weekend? Last week, nothing against the Muskies.
I would say yes. The Muskies, they fought hard, and we basically let our foot off the gas. We had the lead, and we just let them. I told them, like, hey, we have to close out on shooters, and they were just like, oh, they can't shoot. But clearly, they proved us wrong. So,
you guys will likely be playing tomorrow night in the play-in games. What are you guys going to need to do to make it to next Wednesday night?
Honestly, what I would say is basically close out, like, try hard, play perimeter on in, like, don't give up threes and make everybody work for every basket. Like, if they're going to be calling it tight, then we need to get up in them either way. And just don't give up no easy buckets. As long as we play defense, we should be okay. And feed our bigs. That's our biggest thing. When we lose, we don't feed the post enough.
I don't want to start any controversy, but next season there's been a lot of talk about the roster of the Broncos being a little too large. What? Oh, God, it had to just pump the screen. What's the roster going to look like next season? I'll just watch it.
Honestly, I don't know. Because before this season started, they said – if we go 9 or 8, if anybody's upset with that, they have the opportunity to go play with any other team. We're not holding anybody hostage at all. It's your free will. I just wait for the email to come out, and if I'm in it, I am. If I'm not, I'm not. I mean, either way, yeah.
Good luck tomorrow. Adam Kidd, 2 Ds. Adam Kidd of the Broncos, they will not be playing tomorrow night. They earned that first round bye, which is great for them. The team that's kind of rose from the bottom. It's great to see. So, a couple of storylines here. We had a couple of arguments. Really, I believe it started with, was it Callahan Red Devils?
Actually, we did have a brief debate up top here.
Avengers, Rebels.
5 people had Avengers, 4 people had Rebels. When it came down to it, they didn't think, just the committee in general didn't think that the Avengers resume was weak enough to ignore the 8-0 record. So the fact that they did have some solid wins and were undefeated, they kept the number 1 seed. Scroll down, the next bit of controversy was Killer Bees, Red Devils, Callahan. Killer Bees got it, better record, similar schedule. Red Devils, Callahan, there was a lot of debate here until we realized they're both 8-9 seeds, and it didn't really matter.
Not at all.
Not at all. Red Devils, as you can see, they did lose tonight, which helped the free fall, but realistically they would have been 7, 8, or 9 regardless, is my opinion without Jordan. Where it really got interesting, Reid, is starting at number 12.
And let me just interrupt you for a second. If you are already bored, we will be announcing the MVP candidates tonight. So stick around to the end and do not scroll past what we're talking about here. So yes, 12, 13, 14. I believe the club in UANO started above the Thumpers.
Correct.
And now it's swapped.
Now it is swapped, yeah. I think the committee felt that the Thumpers' wins over Big Smash and the Red Devils were more impressive than anything the club and Atlantis had done yet so far this season, with their best win being over the Players Club and then 3 teams that didn't make the playoffs. So that's pretty much how that was decided. We did get a little bit of controversy that arose later, though, when another 4-4 team, ranked number 16, Lights Out, got brought back into the conversation. They were 4-4 and beat the Thumpers, who were also 4-4. So there was a lot of teams that beat other teams. There were pretty much 5 teams up for spots. So eventually we had to throw out the head-to-heads, or not throw them out, but look at some other factors, and that's how we ended up with what we have here.
So we've got a couple of interesting matchups, to say the least. A lot of people feel like the Thumpers aren't going to travel well tomorrow night, which has been an issue. So they're going to play Big Smash. The Club versus them. This could be an interesting game. I don't think this will be a Brad Rexstad, John Faison ref game, or maybe it will be. But the Players Committee doesn't look at that. We see them as they come, and that's it. So talk about maybe those two matchups.
The Thumpers Big Smash was a pretty solid game in the regular season. So again, this is a rematch, something that if it's a great matchup, we like them, but if it was a blowout, we'd kind of prefer to see some different teams match up. The way Big Smash played tonight, I really feel they can beat anybody, probably from 7 down. It's actually pretty impressive offensive performance tonight. Going against the Thumpers, who traditionally don't bring all their players to Fridley, or Bloomington for that matter. So I think Junius Ho is one that is automatically going to be gone because he's on a flight. Greg is normally in Fridley on Thursday night, so he should be able to make it. But there's 6 other guys that I'm not sure if they know where the gym is.
I believe they made it to a game there last season. Okay. I think it was a Sweet 16 game, or no, it had been an Elite 8 game. I believe they were there. Now they lost, I believe. Okay, so let's fast forward to the matchups tomorrow night. We got UNO Fob 5 at 7, a rematch.
Yes,
and the winner was UNO.
It was Fob 5.
Oh, Fob 5.
6.
Okay,
Good
now
game, though.
And then we've got Club Them, Players Club, Crusaders at 8, Smash Thumpers at 9, Muskies Lights Out at 9. I don't want you to break down games that you think will be the better team winning. What are the game? Where are the upsets?
I think the seeding is wrong here. I think Smash could beat the Thumpers. They are the 21.
Yep.
Thumpers are the 12. I think Lights Out can beat the Muskies, which is not really it's 16-17 because they did it once already this season. I don't see the Crusaders beating the Players Club. Players Club is kind of a tough version of Lights Out. And I think the fact that they can play physical will counteract the Crusaders' advantage. And then finally, Fob 5 should beat UANO if they get 6 guys there. They will be missing Whiskus, which is a guarantee, but if they have 6 guys there, they should be able to win that game.
There anybody on this side of the board that can not only win tomorrow night but win next Wednesday?
Them.
This is a Lakers matchup. This is a Squires matchup. Yep. This is a Celtics matchup. This is a Rebels matchup. This is a Avengers matchup. I don't see anything. I mean, you got to go against these teams really. So
best chance is them. If they have everyone there, they're playing well. If you're going to play a zone, play a good one. That's my recommendation because it was a little weak at times tonight. But I think they can beat the Squires if they pressure the ball. That was a good second half. Squires started out with a huge lead. Them was playing horribly, letting Martin. I think Martinez get 5 threes in the first 10 minutes. You lock him down for those first 10 minutes, it's a wash game. So I think that would be the best opportunity. But first, I got to get by the club.
So we came out with the MVP candidates. Last year we had 4 because we felt as if there were 4 people deserving. This season we came at 7. Yeah. And I almost think it's because there aren't anybody that's necessarily super deserving, but these 7 stood out to us. So we actually had more debate about this than we probably had about any of the seedings tonight. So we're going to reveal them here. Kyle Ratty, Lakers, thoughts?
Absolute beast. Spends a little bit too much time on the three-point line for my liking, but when his big booty is in the post, he is a must double team kind of guy.
No particular order. Josh Hoyle.
Love him like a brother. My teammate had maybe his best season yet in Ultimate Hoops, and that was for both teams.
Glenn Fair.
King of the PPR, I tell you that much, and it's not close. He's a great player. Maybe inflated stats because of your style of play, but you can't argue with his numbers.
Kevin Chase.
Defensive anchor on 2 top 10 teams. Great on the board. Someone nobody likes to play against. And, I mean, I grew a new appreciation for his game, being able to play alongside him. He's great.
Matt Hamill.
The Ronald Reagan impersonator known as Matt Hamill. I love it. That mid-range J and that turnaround are fantastic. He is a lot tougher than he gets credit for, and I honestly think the Squires would have beat the Rebels that game if Hamill was there, by the way the rest of the guys played. So he's a great player, too.
Paul Ferber?
Hate him. No. The human eraser. He cleans up any mistake that his team makes, and it's as much of a pain as Ferber can be. It's a beauty to watch when you're not playing against him. And
lastly, Noe Mendez.
The engine for 2 top 5 teams. He is incredible. People who criticize Noe have no idea what they're talking about because he's a great player.
Anyone left off this list?
There's a few PPR guys that have some high PPRs that were left off. Mike is leading Fridley, but I think if you balance out the 2 leagues, he doesn't really do enough in Bloomington to say he was dominant in both leagues. And also Abdi, he did kind of capitalize against some weaker teams, but if we're discussing Offensive Player of the Year, he's a top 3, maybe top 4 candidate. I just don't know if the performance of his teams, especially Lights Out, along with some occasional defensive lapses, warrant a selection. But he had an outstanding offensive season.
You can vote on that starting Friday, or starting Thursday, actually. So thank you all to Noops Nation. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
So they lost to UNO, and you want them higher than UNO, and they think UNO has a better record.
In the same record.
Yeah, but UNO has not showed up.
They had the head-to-head win.
We're going. This is the dumbest thing ever.
No,
continue, sir.
Doesn't matter. That they beat the Players Club.
They showed up. They showed up.
It doesn't matter.
They haven't.
That doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Head-to-head doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
It matters a little bit. It's not the end-all be-all, dude.
So there's
it's not the end-all be-all. It's not shutting it down.
It's the easiest way to find the discrepancy between these teams is a head-to-head. They don't play the exact same teams, but they play each other. That's a head-to-head.
Same record.
Easy
same record head-to-head is the biggest.
Hold on.
Just because they beat Callahan?
No, come on. No.
And you care about losses.
They did
who's their worst loss?
They lost to the club by 19.
Who's you ain't even knows the worst loss?
They lost to Fob 5 by 3.
No.
Or what?
6.
6.
So club versus.
They lost to Callahan by 15.
I will admit that the Players Club played really good in 7 of their games.
Head-to-head.
And they've lost.
But the head-to-head wins are
competitive games.
You lost by 19.
So did the Crusaders.
I mean, your dumbass logic against you.
It was a 23-point swing.
Why? What's the? I haven't heard you say anything, dude. You were laughing at me. You were mocking my head-to-head.
If we were discussing it, if it was part of the discussion, maybe we would be talking about it. But it's a 23-point spread.
I'm bringing it up.
Here's the deal, homie.
Oh, wait,
Lights Out versus Thumpers.
Same record.
Okay, let's talk
Lights
about.
Out versus Thumpers. They went head-to-head and they have the same record.
Then I go
Lights Out.
Now what?
Lights Out.
Okay, Lights Out. What about you, big guy?
Here's the problem with this, and I love the passion.
It's too easy.
We are not debating
I voted for
just
Lights Out.
2 teams. Okay?
Why?
In that situation, we are debating from Lights Out up through the Thumpers.
Are you shitting me? 48 to 71.
No, if we were going to do that, that's what we would do.
That's not what we're doing.
No, I'm not.
66.
It's not a vacuum. Just Lights Out versus the Thumpers. It's Lights Out versus the Thumpers, the club.
Same record, head-to-head win. That was your argument. Same record.
We weren't discussing that, you clown.
What's the point? Why not? Why not?
I would agree with Helmy. Why not?
The way the committee works here, Jack, is that
yeah, that's why I'm here to bring up your dumbass theories against you.
Yeah.
Okay, we can discuss it, but now we're gonna have to bring the Thumpers all the way down to like.
Go ahead. That's the point.
Can we?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dumb logic. That's my point.
They were the 4.